Is my screen visual to all of you? Okay, okay, great, that's great. Okay, so okay, so let's talk about the ICP, right? So what is ICP and why we will be use ICP rather than other chains, right? So ICP is a public blockchain network that enables new science for the first principles, right? So in ICP, you will be have to build your smart contracts, right? Using decentralized applications governance. Yeah, you can say that, right? It's hosting a lot of hardwares like you will be have to run independent parties, right? In the ICP, right, Internet Computer Protocol, right, you will be have to build your smart contracts, right? So let's start from the beginning, right? How it's work, right? So ICP is architecture, right, where you will be have to see and create WSM files. It's called WebAssembly, right? And WebAssembly file will be used as a bytecode to store your smart contract data in canisters, right? Canister will be created with the help of hashes, right? Hash maps, right? And for to create Internet Computer Protocol WebAssembly file, right? You need to create first chain key cryptography. In chain key cryptography, you need to have to create a smart, basically enable the decentralized operations, right? To create a key, right? Keys you can say like a peer-to-peer, right? For executions, like you will have a public key, private key, right? You will be have to create protocols accordingly. So how we can create chain key cryptography, right? So for that you need to have a developer account. For developer account, you need to install the ICP SDK kit. To start with the ICP SDK kit, you need to follow the developer docs. So let's start with the developer docs, right? For ICP, right? I am already told you about the decentralized applications, right? So in the decentralized application, you need to create a WSM file that will be stored your all the smart contracts, right? It will be deployed like you will be built that code WSM file in any language, like you will be use Python, JavaScript, right? Motoko, right? These are the backend languages. If you talking about the front end language, right? You can use React.js, right? Next.js, JavaScript, right? So these are the languages you can use to create a smart contract, right? And build decentralized applications, right? On ICP. So start with the workflow, right? You need to install the SDK kit, right? For SDK kit, you have to follow this doc, right? There is already a commands that will you have to follow, right? If you are a Mac user or Linux user, right, copy this command and run inside of the uh, basically terminal, right? Have to paste it here, right? And use, if you are a Windows user, right, you need to install the WSL, right, or use the Docker, right, to create WSL desktop, right? So follow these commands for that, right? Once you will be done, right, you are able to use the DFX in your PCs, like in your laptops, right? And if you want to check the version, right, just copy this command and paste it. And there is also one thing, right, about the DFX commands. There is a developer tools, right? In the developer tools, you will be able to see a command lines, right? These are the sub commands, right? For the DFX VM, ICP admin, like that, right? So these are the sub commands you can use to deploy the project, check the canisters, check the cycles, how to deploy, how to check the identity, know about the ledger accounts, right? Check the NSS, right? How to ping the IP. Even there are a lot of things like how to start DFX and stop the upgrade the wallet, right? Upgrade the DFX. So these are the sub commands you can use in a command your command line, right? So let's start from the installing tool, right? So for that you need to just copy this command and paste inside of your terminals, right? Like here. In my case, I'm already done with that, right? So I have the DFX installed in my PC. So I will be show you that, right, with the command that is dfx hyphen hyphen version. So you are able to see I have a dfx version is 0.24.1. So this is the version, right, I have installed in my PC. So next thing, if you will be used to deploy your project on a local net, mainnet, so you need to create a developer account that is called chain key cryptography, right? For that, you need to, right? Once you will be done with this, right? These commands. Even I can do that. I will be share this link to all of you so you are able to use these commands, right? So I'm pinning it because of it is the need of a first requirement of to install the DFX, right, in your PCs, right? So once you will be done, right? So next thing is create a developer account, right? Because of once you will be have to deploy a contract on a chain, any chain, right? You need to tell who you are, right? Like who I am in nine case, right? So I need to tell him I'm a Sharon, right? Or this is my account. Or you need to tell like with the keys, right? Where you will be written your details. To create a your developer account, you will be have to use this command dfx identity new, then identity name. In my case, I have lot of identities, right? Uh, in this case, I think I have a two identities right now. In another laptop, I have a, four to five identities, right? DFX identity list. So this is the command you can see some identities, right? Already created. So I will be tell you, right? This is the selective uh, identity, right? So it will be active right now, right? So if I'm deploying project start or start with the projects, so this identity will be used in that case, right? To create this new identity, right? DFX new, sorry, identity new and name, right? In this case, I'm writing a demo, right? So this is my identity name, right? Demo. So you will be able to see a seed phrase here. This seed phrase will be help you to recover this account, right? Sometime we will have some tokens or you can say cycles in your wallet, right? Or money in your wallets. So if you forget the password or you forget the identity, right? So you will be not get that back, that money, right? If you have a seed phrase, right? This seed phrase, if you stored the seed phrase, you are able to reconstruct or you are able to recreate that identity where you will be store the wallet money or you can say like cycles that you have, right? On a main net or local net, right? So in this case, this will be help you. So in that case, you will be have to copy this, right? From these 24 characters from message to jazz, right? And this is the my seed phrase for identity demo, right? So if I'm lost this identity, right, it will be help me to recover that data. Next thing, we'll already now done with the demo account, right? So now we need to use that account. In the last command, you will be able to see I'm using a Sharon identity, right? Now I need to use that demo account. So I need to use TFX identity, use demo. So now you will see using identity demo. Last previously, we will be creating an identity demo. In this case, I'm using that demo identity for deploy the project or start the project. You can say in a local net, right? So now you will are able to see it will selective a demo, right? It will be change the star from Sharon to demo. So if you want to check the balance in local balance, right? So you will be have to write the command that is dfx wallet balance. right? It will be help you. I'm forget to start the DFX. For why we need to start the DFX? For example, if I'm talking about the previous things like you will be do in a Web2 technologies like PHP, right? Node, right? You will be have to start the servers first, right? Once you will be start the server, you are able to fetch that data and use the services that will be provided. Like in PHP, you will be have to install the XAMPP server or BAMP server, right, in your PCs. Then you are able to use or run the project that will be created in PHP, right? So in this case, you need to start the DFX, right? DFX start. There is a one more attributes, right? In my case, I will be use DFX start hyphen hyphen background. These are the identities, right? I will be add with this, right? Sorry, background and clean. It will help you to clean the code or start the DFX in the background, right? So if you want to start, you can write just only DFX start. It will be start the DFX, right? So once you will be start the DFX, right? You need to open this DFX in the next things, right? Okay, so it will taking a time, right? Now you are able to see the replica API running on the port number 127. This is the IP and this is the port number 14943. So now I need to check the balance, right? You are able to see it's creating a wallet because of I'm creating this identity right now, you demo, and there is a no wallet right now, right? In a local net. So it will be first creating a wallet. Once the wallet will be set, it will be providing me a ID that is a Knaster ID for my demo account, right? That I can use for a local net, right? This is the identity provide you the balance, right? If you want to choose fetch the data, right, or you want to fetch the balance from your identity, right, you can use this command for the local net. If you want to choose it to find the data on a main net or right on a internet, right, you can write the command some attribute right with that, that is hyphen hyphen network space IC. It will provide you the mainnet. In this case, it will be not work because of on a mainnet, I not have a configure the wallet right now because of it's created right now, right? So if you connect the mainnet wallet, right, you have to configure it first, right? To configure the wallet, you need to add the cycles for that. So there is a command to get the cycles for mainnet, right? Only the cycle will be need to deploy for the mainnet, right? If you want to deploy your project on a local right on local machine, right, you have already have a cycles that is 99 trillion cycles in your wallet in a local wallet, right? So it will be help you to deploy your projects locally on your PCs, right? Only the mainnet cycles needed, right? Once you will be have to deploy your project on a mainnet, right? There is some commands, right, that you can follow. But in this case, right, we will be provide you the coupons, right? So you just once your code is ready, just ping the message to the team, right? They will provide you the coupon, right? So you will be have to go to the step 10 and copy this command and paste the coupon code here and copy this command and run inside of your uh, terminals, right? So it will be start the configuring a wallet first, right? Once a configure done, right, for wallet, it will be provide you a 10 trillion cycles, right, as a balance in your wallet. This is a mainnet balance, right? So you are able to use that to deploy your projects. So let's go back and talk about the developer account, right? Chain key cryptography. So once you will be done with the identity, right? You will be have getting the principal, right? Last you have identity, right? Identity ID. If you want to get the principal, just copy this command or you can write this command, right? In your terminal dfx identity principal, right? Copy and paste, right? So this is my principal ID, right? in this case. This is the demo, right? And if you want to see the private keys, right, there is a it will be stored inside of your directory.config dfx identity, then identity name. In mine case, it's a demo, right? If I'm talking about your case, right, you have right here your identity name, then slash, then you will be able to see identity.pm. This is a basically a file location, right, where you will be stored your private key. Basically, or you can the dfx will be stored the private key over there, right? So once you will be done with that, right, if you want to add the password protector, right, you will be run this command and change the key into password protector, right? So it will be help you to once you will be deploy your project, right, with the private key, right? It will be asking you as a password as a seed phrase to you, right? So you are able to use that password to deploy that project, right? And after that, let's go to the next things, right? This is the command to check the balance in a ledger, right? Using the network IC command for a mainnet, right? If you got the right output, that means you have a balance in your network mainnet, right? So let's go back and create a project, right? So in this case, I'm creating a project using the React.js. And for the backend, we have a I already told you, like we have a backend languages like Rust, Motoko, TypeScript, Python, and Solidity. You can use these languages to deploy your project as a backend development, right? So if you want to start with the front end side, right, you can use JavaScript, Rust, React, like that, right? So in this case, I'm already starting the DFX. So I'm creating a project DFX new hello. So this is the command to create a new project. So it's asking for the backend language first, right? Which language you want to choose, right? Like that, you will be message will be appear, right? So in this case, you will be have to select that message, right? Accordingly, the language you can select accordingly. In this case, selecting a language Motoko, and after that, you will be see the frameworks, right? In this case, I will be choosing React. And one more thing, if you're choosing a React, right, you have to check the in terminal, right? You have to install the node first, right? Because of React will be two node libraries, right, or node modules, right? For node modules, you need to install the node, right? So in this case, I have installed node, right? So there are some features, right? You can skip that for now. I will be tell you about that in the after we will be creating this project or start this project, right? So hit the enter after that, right? You'll be see some files will be created, right? So this is a just like template, right? A basic template. So you are able to understand about the back end and front end, like you will be using going with the web 2 technologies, right? The same thing you will be see here, right? As a web 3. So once it will be done, right, you will be able to see the node modules installing, right? Added. In mine case, it will be installed, right? Some cases you will be see error because of you not have a node installed, right? In that case, you will be have to delete that project, install the node module first, right? And after that, you will be create that project. Once it will be done, right, you will be see a message here, right? Once it will be done, right, you have to wait for a while, right? Okay, so I'm creating a Hello World project right now using the Motoko, right? Motoko variations. There is a one use for a front-end connector and one for the back-end connector. Then you will be have to call the back-end functions to get the outputs, and it will be returned as a result on the front-end side, right? There you will be have to store your HTML, CSS, JavaScript code, even visual assets, right? User interfaces. On the backend connector, you will have application data, application function, and core logics, right? So you are able to see, right? My project is ready, right? So I need to go inside of the hello cd hello. This is the change directory command, right? And once you will be right here, right? You able if you want to edit that code, right? So in that So you are able to open that code inside of your Visual Studio Code. Just write that command, that is code space dot. So it will be help you to open that project. In my case, I am able to see all the codes right now. See, these are my node modules. This is my source folder, and these are my devex.json file, package.log file. As same, you will be able to see all the files, right? In this folder, you will be see the package.json file again, right? TS configurations, because of it's a front-end folder, I'm using React.js, right? So the front-end folder will be the structure for the front-end folder same as that, right? So if I'm talking about the backend code, right? I'm choosing a Motoko. So this is a Motoko file, right? Let's go with the React.js, right? React.js part, front-end side. So later, so we need to deploy the project, right? So I have to write a command, that is dfx deploy. It will be help you to deploy that code, temporary code, right? For now, it will be got the cycles from your account, I think. But there is a if you will be change some data, right? It will be deploy the code, but no cycles will be detected in that case. This is deploy, right? So you are able to see it will be creating connector IDs, right? It will be converting your all the data, Web2 data, into a WSM file that is stored inside of the declaration folder, right? You'll be able to see this folder will be created right now, and all the files convert into did files, right? It's a WSL files, WSM files, right? Or once it will be done, right? The smart contract will be ready to deploy. In this case, you will be able to see all the files will be converted, right? See all the fab icons, SVG files, index.js file, .js files, right? So these files will be converted into WSM file, and these are the links that you can see as a output, right? So just need to open it, right? Copy and paste it here, right? So you are able to see a front end side, right? For a project, any project. If I'm writing anything here, like I'm writing my name here and click on the button, so you will be able to see the output because of it's connected with the back end connector as well, right? In same case, sorry, the same case, like I'm triggering a function to call a backend, right? Backend will be return me a result of that function. In this case, I'm sending an input from a front end side and hit the click button, right? And getting the output. How it's work, I can show you inside of the code as well, right? So let's go back to the files, right? This is my index.html file, and inside of the source, you will be able to see a JavaScript code, right? JSX. In the JSX, you will be have to see a return, right? Main, and inside of main, you will be see a image, and after the image, a form. Inside of the form, we have an input, label, and button. Label, input, and button, right? If you know about the technologies, right, you are able to understand what I'm saying right now. So after that, let's go back to the things, right? Okay, so there is a form, right? On the form submit, we have a function handle submit, right? Inside of the handle submit, we will be passing a parameter, right? With like you will be see here, right? We have a variable name, const variable, that is name, and inside of the name we have a event dot target dot elements dot name dot value. It will be help you to add the value of a name input variable name, value of that variable input box, right? Stored inside of the name variable and passing that variable inside of the backend. You will be able to see the import function, right? On the second line. Declaration stat slack, slash hello underscore backend. I'm already told you in the previous, right? We have a deployed our code dot main dot mo file, right? Deployed inside of a WSM file inside of the declaration folder, right? Did file, and this did file will be have a function hello backend, and backend have a function greet. You are able to see here, right? We have a actor class, This is a main.mo file, and main.mo file have active class. Inside of the active class, we have a function, public function. Our name of the function is a greet, right? So we will use this greet function to pass the values and got their output as a return right from this side. Let's go back to the front end code, right? So we passing the variable name, right, inside as a parameter in greet function. So I'm passing this name variable as a value to backend function. The name of backend function is greet, right? And hitting the click button because of we triggering that data, right? We will be triggering output, or you can say we triggering the form as action on submit, right? We passing this variable in a greet function, and we have a dot then, right? Then we are saying once we will be passing that data, and after that we will be getting output from the backend function, right? This backend function greet provide us this type of output, right? That we are already written here, right? So greet function have a name. This is a like you will be if you are using TypeScript, right? You are able to see this is a type. So we writing after colon here, it will be telling us this is the name input variable is a text type. And after that we will be have adding a colon and telling that the output is asynchronous and the type of asynchronous return is a text, right? So this return will be provide us a text, right, type hello, and the name is an object, right? We will be passing from a front end, right, as a parameter. So it will be convert into a name and like a string, right? Or the string text return as a hello with the name. So you are able to see here, right? If I'm changing this, right? Hi, right? I'm saving this code, sorry, saving this code and deploying the project again, right? It's taking a less time, right? Once it will be done, you are able to just refresh the page, right? And writing the name again and click enter. You'll be able to see the output. Hi, because of I'm changing the function output as a return, right? So it will be works. Okay, let's go with if you let's talking about if you already have a front end code, right? You are already have a websites, right? Like I'm talking about the static website first, right? After that we will talk about the React.js and other stuff, right? If you have a static website, like you have HTML code, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript only, right? Like I will be show you one example for that, right? Let's find out a HTML template. Okay, so in this case, you are able to see that I'm opening this website, right? So these are some website code, right? I'm thinking like this is your websites, right? So you have to put your code on a ICP, right? How you can do that? Uh, just for example, let's go with this website. It's a crypto, right? And I can check the first UI, right? How it's work, right? So this is the okay. This is a good template. Let's download it, right? Because of each static website have a code, right? So okay, let's unzip it, open and unzip. Okay, done. We have a file. Okay, so now we have to do one thing, right? Go to the internet computing website and writing here a static website. You need to click on it, right? You are able to see some already code is given to you, like if you have a website, right? So this is the folder structure, project structure, right? You have to do. So in this case, you need to create a static website, right? So first folder name is static website. I'm closing this code, right? and going back to the terminal and cd call dot dot and creating a folder mkdir is a command make directory, right? And project name is static, right? You can write any name here, right? There is a no need to create a same name that is given here, right? So only the thing for the files that is inside of the code, right? Only the file name will be same, this file name. .dfx, no need to create that, right? It will be automatically created, right? Static, hit enter and go inside of the static folder, right? Sorry, my bad. Okay, let's and open this inside of the VS Code. So you are able to see there is a no file right now. So my folder name is static. And now next things, I need to create a folder or file, right? So first I'm creating a file that is dfx.json, right? Inside of the dfx.json, you have to paste that code, right? Just copy that code and paste inside of this file, right? This is the connector name that is already given to you, right? You can change that name as well, right? This is the entry point. We have to shift that because of according to the files, we have to change that entry point and sources, right? Source code. So I'm just created it right now and creating a folder assets, or you can say like I'm not creating a folder right now because of I need to shift that uh, code, right? Crypto.html. We have a files inside of that, right? Okay, go back and putting that code, sorry, add folder, move. Okay, so now you are able to see that it's inside of this now, not outside. Okay, let's do one thing. Copy. I need to copy it. Okay, so let's reveal it inside our Finder, right? We have a static folder, right? We have a dfx.json, right? And we have to do one thing more, download. Okay, we already have inside of it. Okay, we have to paste this folder here, right? So now it will be added, right? I need to, um, okay, no issues. That's okay. Okay, so go back. Okay, we have a, right? We need to rename the folder. Okay, assets, right? Inside of assets, right? Um, okay, because of it's deleted already, so it will be all automatically removed. Okay, so we have dfx asset folder, right? Inside of the assets, we have an index.html, how to, about, JS, images, and CSS, right? So we need to first change the index.html, right? That is inside of the assets, right? Inside of the assets, we have a CSS, right? After the CSS, we have images, right? Comma, and adding assets slash JS, and after that we have HTML files, right? Comma and assets, right? And save. And once you will be done, right, you need to open the terminal here. Uh, okay, so we have already have a terminal, right? So, okay, alas, you will be see asset and dfx.json here, right? You have to dfx deploy, right? So, okay, dfx start background clean done. dfx deploy. It's creating a connector www, right? And you are able to see here, right? The dfx.dfx folder will be created. Inside of the dfx folder, right? .dfx folder, you will be able to see a connector IDs, right? So this is the connector ID, the name of this local connector ID, right? This and name of the connector is www, right? Once it will be done, right? Uh, location assets slash js, no such as file or directory. Okay, let me check it. Assets slash css images assets slash js. This is there. What with this user slash static assets slash dodges fail to concognize. Okay, do one thing, right? We remove this right now for this, just for the example, right? Let me remove it, right? And after that, deploy it again. The connector ID is already created, right? In the previous, right? The same connector ID we have to see, right? This is the connector ID and this is candid UI, right? Once it will be done, you are able to see a code, right? This code will be working, but there is a one thing missing, that is JS folder, right? That's why it will be look different from this UI, right? The template, because of we will be not added a JS folder here, right? Images files will be works, right? Because of it will be uploaded, right? Now we need to look out why the asset.js will be not work. Assets JS, is there any name on issue? Mm, this is okay. Okay, okay. Save the files again and try to deploy. Okay, done. So the same URL will work for this. Search.png, JPG, and tracking.png. Okay, there is a some code, right, that is used from the third parties, right? If you want to enable that, right, the decentralization is will be gone, right? So for that, for the security reasons, right, we need to use the files that we have inside of the clusters only, right? So the file will be deployed, but you will be able to see, right? We not have any this type of file right now, like hero.bg.jpg, right? There is no file. JPG is there. Okay. Search icon.png. Search icon this.png. We have the file. Images are there. Okay. Okay. That's okay. Okay, let's go next, right? Mm, okay, so let's go to the next things, right? With the canisters, right? If you want to deploy this, right, project on a right on a local net, right, you will be have to choose right commands that is given to you, right? These are some commands like you will have to follow introduction, cycle, life cycle, right? Write case, create, compile, install, deploy, right? So there is all the things already given. Like if you want to deploy your project on a test net, right? You will be have to follow these commands. Uh, so these are the commands, right? You can follow to deploy. This is the command, right? You will have to use, right, to deploy that project on a playground. Okay. So it will be deploy this project on a test net, right? And even you will be able to see the code, right, over there, right, on a local net. This is a network, right? Local configuring all the files and putting your code over there, right, on a playground. These are the IDs, right? Playground ID. You're able to view it. So I'm copying it right now and pasting it here. So it will be deployed on a playground. Now you are able to see the images that are not loaded previously, right? Due to some like local reasons, right? Now the HTTP connection will be established, right? Now it will be added that images here. See the same website that we will be able to see here, right? It's deployed on this ICP.0.io. This is a local playground, right? Local testnet, right? Where you will be able to see your websites to deploy, right? How easy to deploy these codes. Next thing, right? If you have a rig.js, right, code, right? In that case, you will be have to go like I have a hello code project, right? cd hello and open that inside of the VS Code, right? The previous code, right, that I've created, right? You have to paste your files here, right, inside of this source folder. Like if you have a component folder, right, just paste the component folder here and change the code of the app.jsx. If you will be have a routes and other like modules, right, you will be have to install that all the modules, right? It will be added all the modules here and updated here, right? Update all the things here, or you can update the code here, right, as well. So once it will be done, right, you only have to change the code here and deploy the code. It will be deploy the front end only for the XJS, right? If you want to build your code on a back end, right, you will be have to paste your commands here, right? If you choose Matoko, then you have to paste your code here. If you will be choose any other Rust language or other language, right, you will be follow the doc for that, right? In this case, if I'm talking about the Rust language, right, there is already a Rust book given to you, right, on a internet computing website. You have to follow this, right, code to start with the Rust development, right? If you are choosing Matoko is a language that will be ICP on language, right? Based on a TypeScript, right? You are able to easily to understand, right? If choosing a TypeScript or JavaScript, right, you will be have to follow the Hazel book, right? Hazel book will be basically used to deploy the right. It will be created by the deep management labs. Um, so you are able to start with this, right? There is some examples already given. There are some projects already that is built, right, on ICP chain, right? So let's go back to the Internet Computing website. Start with the right code. Here are some commands. Try some of our dApps. So these are some DAO, right, already created on ICP, like Bitdefinity EVM, right? ICP swap, funding, NFID, open chat. This is the software where you'll be able to chat with the other people as well, right? So this is already built on ICP, right? So IC Desk, right? YARL, IC Lighthouse, right? Omni Network. These are some games, right? You are able to see here, right? On this, these are some DAOs, right? Like Internet Identity, Hazel, right? So these are the softwares, right? You are able to use it, right? So tell me, anyone have a doubt to start with the DFX, start with the project, or know about the how to use the ICP?
Sharon sir, I guess we are done for the day. Vaishnavi is here. Vaishnavi, do you have any doubt, Vaishnavi?
नहीं, डाउट कुछ नहीं है, बट
हम्म।
प्रोजेक्ट अभी मुझे सबमिट करना था, तो वहाँ पे डेमो वीडियो कंपल्सरी बोल रहा है। डेमो वीडियो डालना पड़ेगा क्या?
हाँ, आपको एक वीडियो बना के उसको डेमो वीडियो को, जैसे अभी आपको मैं प्रेजेंट कर रहा हूँ, सो यू आर एबल टू उसका स्क्रीन, आप उस स्क्रीन को वीडियो बना लो, राइट? कैप्चर कर लो और कैप्चर करके उस वीडियो को वहाँ पे डाल दो, सो इट विल बी, यू आर एबल टू सबमिट द कोड। वो कंपल्सरी है वो डालना।
ओके सर।
ओके,
Okay.
ओके नैंसी, वी विल बी डन विद द डे, राइट?
Yeah.
सो
Thank you, Sharon sir.
थैंक यू गाइस, वेलकम।
Vaishnavi, if you have any query, just do ping me on WhatsApp. You have my number, right?
यस सर। यस मैम।
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sharon sir.
वेलकम।